Good morning, okay, we are on Pesach on, and tonight we're going to have the last day of Pesach, Shirat Hayam, unbelievable. One of the main things of Pesach, as we said before, is V'higata lebincha bayom hahun amo. Pass the message to the next generation. And by the way, also to our generation, those who are ignorant and know nothing about Judaism, nothing about our tradition, and also those, for example, when we talk about the Ben HaRasha in the Haggadah, who is the Ben HaRasha? And here we have to understand, he is there with us. And if it's with us, there is something to fix, you can do something. The Rabbi Milubavitch, he always said, you have 5 glasses. You have the 5th glass is for Eliyahu Navi. And he says, the 5th glass is for the 5th son to come in. When you open the door, you want the fifth, the one who doesn't care about Seder night. He doesn't know anything about it. He is the one who is not with us. And we open the door for him to go in. This one is a problem because it's not with us. But the Rasha, it sits with us. And the meaning of Rasha is, it depends how you look at it. Sometimes, I always remember this story with Zaman Sorotskin. He was going to check a shidduch for somebody. And on the way, he was going on a train. And there were those young Jewish guys, and we're talking about what they did on Shabbos and what they did there, and then they said, in other words, they were Mechalel Shabbos, all the Yom Tovim, even Yom Kippur. Says what they said. Yom Kippur says, but Yitzchak, he didn't come for Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, he fasted, he went to shul, to synagogue. He says, he's a tzaddik. Look, man, he's a tzaddik because on Yom Kippur he goes to synagogue. Okay. When he comes to the yeshiva and he sits there and he checks, he's asking a question, comes somebody to him, he says, I heard that this guy that you looking, if he's a good guy for a shidduch, he reads papers. And Rav Zaman was thinking, look at it. Look who is the tzaddik on the train, the guy that is Mechalel Shabbos and everything, but in Yom Kippur, he fasted on Yom Kippur, or didn't go to a party with them. And look who is the Rasha in the yeshiva. He read papers. That's exactly the point that we have to understand. Who is sitting in front of us? One of the greatest Chozrim B'Tshuva that I have known is the Rav Uri Zohar, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. The Rav Uri Zohar, he was a great guy. Once I met him on some function, whatever. It was the whole time sitting and learning, like looking shalom, and learning. Unbelievable. Now he says an interesting thing about the Ben HaRasha. He says the Ben HaRasha is, you have to understand that you have to try and reach him. How do you reach him? He says, let's say, for example, you have a child that goes and, let's say, to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, who knows what he's doing. When he comes back home, what are you supposed to do? What are you going to do the next morning? He says, you prepare a plate and put a cookie on it and write a note, we love you. And this will go into it. That's exactly the idea. I think the Rav Yitzchak Zilberstein, I hope, I don't remember, or the Rav Never, I don't remember. They said, what is the idea of the Ben HaRasha? Afata ketchinav. It looks like you are sending him away. He says, no. It depends the tone that you talk. How do you talk to the Ben HaRasha? He says, Oy bni akiri, ilu haya sham lo haya nigal. He says, if you have been there, if the Gula will come, you don't know you're going to break our heart because you're not going to be saved because the way you go. Like talk to his senses, talk to his heart from love, not and he's changed the whole attitude. The Rav Uri Zohar, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, he says that he used to have a student, and this student, he went from one yeshiva to another. He was a Haredi, but then he did a lot of wrong things. Anyway, he was sleeping the whole day. He liked to sleep, so he was waking up every morning very late. But while they were learning, he asked him, hey, how was it in the yeshiva before? And what's the difference with the yeshiva now? He said, the yeshiva before, he told him, unfortunately, I've got a problem with sleeping. I go to sleep and I wake up very late. And so in the old yeshiva, when I wake up late, and I used to late tefillin, let's say in the afternoon, they would also have Rasha. What are you doing? How dare you? Late tefillin, almost night already. Says, no, okay. But you are also sleeping, from what I understand, in this yeshiva. What's the difference? So the difference is, when I wake up in this yeshiva, and I late tefillin, like in the afternoon, you know what they say to me? Oh, what a tzaddik you are. You don't want to miss any mitzvah of tefillin, even if it's late today and you woke up very late. So it's the way you look at things. And then he says something very interesting. He says, I knew a guy that till the age of 40, he was going in the wrong way. He even said that if he will meet a Talmid Chacham, he will bite him as a donkey. You know who it was? You know who it was? Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, till the age of 40, the Gemara said, he said, if I meet a Talmid Chacham, I'll bite him as a donkey. And look what he became. At the age of 40, started learning and became Rabbi Akiva Gadol. And by the way, he says, my story is similar. I'm not Rabbi Akiva, but also at the age of 40, I had the Rav Zilberman. The Rav Zilberman, he made tshuva. And he said, a lot of times I thought, what would have happened if he would come earlier? Let's say when I watched at the age of 20. But he came in the age of 4 when I was 40. And I thought to myself, if he would have come in the age of 20 to me and talked with me about what he is talking with me, I would send him away. I would throw him from all the stairs. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear about you. But it came in the right time. And that's exactly the point. To understand and realize, first of all, everybody can. Everybody can fix the way. Everybody can go and get to the highest level. But you have to start with something. And the main thing is to understand that the Ben Arasha, and it's all the children, all the figures that thing, the Ben Arasha, the Tam, the Ishol, the Chacham, all of them, they need the education. They need us to show them the right way, how to get to become good Jews and going in the right way. And this is our job, to spread the message. Unfortunately, when we look what's happening around us, we see that a lot of people, as we said before, they don't know anything about our tradition. And we have those that talk against the Torah. Look, for example, this Shabbos. Unbelievable. The court, the Bagatz, they on Shabbos had a court case for demonstration on Shabbos of those lefties and allowed 600 people to come. Chilul Shabbos, and they said Pikuach Nefesh. And where did we get to? This is a Jewish country. In a Jewish country, a Jewish court is sitting on Shabbos, Mechalel Shabbos, and decides on another Chilul Shabbos of a demonstration of those who go against the tradition, against the war, in the middle of the war, while we are being told that we're not allowed to have more than 50 people in one place. So they allowed 600 people, and from the other side, on the Kotel, we're not allowed to go. Why don't they let 600 people on the Kotel? And who are they? Are they judges or are they the government? What do they understand in security? And what happened is, there was an alert, and somebody got a heart attack. And they will fight with the policemen. So all this Chilul Shabbos. But the minute Am Yisrael wants to be like the Goyim, and that's the main problem. If you don't know your tradition, if you go away from your tradition, and you go in this way, this is where it leads you to. A Jewish country. Unbelievable. And we saying, and we have to understand, the whole idea is that we have to worship God from love. The fire of love. And this is what we are talking about when we talk in Shir HaShirim. Mayim rabim lo yochlu lechabot et ha'ava. The love to God. Shir HaShirim says it's Kodesh Kodashim. It's holy of holies. Why? It's a song that on the surface it looks like a song between a man and a female, a love story. But this is Kodesh Kodashim. That's a love story between us to the Kodesh Baruch Hu, to our Father in heaven. To understand and realize that what God wants, it's not a relationship only of a father and a son or a daughter. It's a relationship between a couple, intimate relationship. Let's say this is the best relationship that can be. From one side, parents and children. From the other side, this intimacy, this being a couple together, loving each other. This is Shir HaShirim. And this where we have to lead. And it starts from Chesed. The sign of Pesach is Chesed. Avraham Avinu. Chesed, Olam Chesed Ibaneh. Not for ourselves, for the others, even for the Ben Arasha. We have to be there for him. There are some families in the Haredi side that if a child goes in the wrong way, they tore their clothes and they sit shiva on him. That's not the right way. The way from the Rabbi Rizal, that's the right way. This is the way to look at it. And to understand that if we go in the right way and we spread the love to God, the love to people, then we'll get to the Geulah. And that's exactly what we're going to sing tomorrow, Shirat Hayam. The ocean is the symbol of all the nature. That's the nature of all the lust and the desires and all the materialistic things and all this like money, possessions, holidays, clothes. This is the Yetzer Hara that surrounds us. And it's got a lot of power. It's like a storm in the ocean. But we go, we walk in the middle of all those storms and all those hatreds that we have all around us. This world that's like this anti-Semitism that we have all around us. These haters that we have all around us. Those desires that all the things of this world are around us, but they cannot get to us. When can they get to us? How can we go on the dry land in the middle of all of this? When the Maim lahem chomam min ha'asam. What is Maim? What is water? Torah. When the Torah is with us, so that's the wall that protects us from everything and let us walk in the right way to the Geulah Be'ezrat Hashem. Benisan nigalu, benisan atidim ligael. So we see here a beautiful thing, how this Pesach leads us to get out from Yetzer Hara, to get out from the lust and desire for materialistic things, to get to the desire, to the fire of spiritual things, to uplift ourselves through the love to God, Shir HaShirim, and then Shirat Hayam, walk in the sea, in the middle of the sea, on a dry land with the Torah. And don't forget nobody behind. Let's try and evil the Ben Arasha, the one who comes to us. We will try and show him the right way and do it in a nice way. And if we do this and show God that we don't love ourselves, we love Am Yisrael, we spread the love, we want to help each one in the way that we can. If it's the clever, if it's the stupid, if it's the one who doesn't know how to ask, and if it's the evil one, every one of those figures has got the way to approach him. As I know, as I had it with my son, I opened a special class for him. Chanoch lanar al pi darko. Educate your boys, your children, on the way that suits them. Not like looking at it, everybody is the same. Not everybody's got different talents, different powers, and that's the right way to do it. But if you're only thinking about yourself, if you haven't got the fire of love to God, if you haven't got the fire of love to Am Yisrael, if you haven't got the Torah with you, it's a problem. But when we go with the Torah and with love, we will, Bezrat Hashem, get to the redemption, to the Geulah Shlema, b'mehera b'yameinu, Amen.